right, so we're going to continue with our new item types for the STAR test. It says the length of a rectangular frame is 15 inches. The width is 8. What is the length of the diagonal of this frame in inches? So let's look. We'll draw rectangle. What we know is that this length is 15 and the width is 8. And it asks for the length of the diagonal. So we're actually looking for this length here. Oh, I was starting without my mic on, so hopefully you got the gist of that. I drew the rectangle, and this is sides 15, this is 8, and we're looking for the length of the diagonal here. So if you have a right triangle, and you're looking for one of the sides, this would also be 8 here, then you want to use the Pythagorean theorem, which is on your STAR reference chart. A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. And remember, c is the hypotenuse always across from that right angle. So it doesn't matter which numbers you put in for a and b. We'll do 8 squared plus 15 squared is equal to c squared. So that is 64 plus 225 is c squared. Add those together and you get 289 is c squared. And to find c, you do the square root of 289. Now, if you know it, that's great. If not, just pop that into your calculator and just do second x squared, 289, and you get 17. So c is equal to 17. So you would enter this by pressing the 1 and the 7 for this type. All right, next question. It says Ricardo can complete 4 laps around a track in 10 minutes. So here's the time. The time is your x, and the number of laps is your y. So 4 laps in 10 minutes, this is what it would look like for the y over x. Remember, we have to set that up as the change in y with the change in x. So create a graph that has a slope that represents the number of laps Ricardo can run per minute. So you're going to have 0, 0, but you also have in 10 minutes 4 laps. So you can just do it with those 2 points, and then it would make your graph right there. So on this type, you just had to select the 2 points. So those are the easiest two, the 0, 0, and the 4 over 10. And remember, slope is the change in y over the change in x. So you could divide that to see what the actual slope is. But that's as simple as that one is, just graphing 0, 0, and then time is 10, the laps is 4. Also graph a relationship in which the value of y is 5 less than half the value of x. Okay, so the way you have to actually translate this sentence first. And this part's kind of tricky here. Y is 5 less than half the value of x. So first you have to start with half the value of x and then do 5 less than that. All right, so then it says to select 2 points. So you have, remember, y slope intercept form. So this here, the -5, is where that's your y-intercept. So it crosses here. So that's could be one of your points. And then this is the slope, 1/2. So you go up 1 over 2. It is positive. And it would, the line would automatically connect on the test. So you wouldn't have to worry about that. Next one. It says a lifeguard recorded the daily average temperatures in degree Fahrenheit and the number of swimmers at the pool each day for 29 days. The scatter plot displays the data. So complete the statements to best describe the relationship between the daily average temperature and the number of swimmers at the pool. Choose the correct answer from each drop-down menu to complete the statements. As the x values increase, the y values, and the choices there would be increase or decrease, they are increasing. this represents a, so it's going to be, let me think what the words were. It was, it is a good correlation. So it's not a bad one. I can't remember the exact words, but instead of good, it would be, you know, a good correlation, and it is, this is positive or negative. It's positive because it is going up. It's a positive correlation. Oh, that was a terrible line I drew, but it is going up, and it is a good correlation. Next one, on a grid, triangle PQR is transformed by this rule. Now this is multiplying, so that tells me it is a dilation. So, and it's less than 1, so it's going to get smaller. Create true statements about the relationship between the old one and the new one. So the corresponding side lengths of the triangle are, let me see if I can find, all right, so this first one, it's the choices are equal or not equal. The lengths of the sides change, okay? It's getting smaller, so they're not equal. And then in the next pull down, it is the choices are congruent or not congruent. So it says the corresponding angles of the triangles are congruent. They do not, the angles will not change size. Okay, it's a similar, they are similar, but the angle sizes don't change, just the length sizes. Let me go back to this one. I did pull that up. So that one actually, so the first box was a decrease or increase, that's correct. Second one is negative or positive. So this represents a positive, and then this third box was either linear or nonlinear. That would be linear because they're tight enough together, okay? So this is a linear association. Sorry about the confusion there. All right, let's go to the next one here. The ordered pair, 2, 3, represents a point on the graph of a proportional relationship. Which two ordered pairs could represent points on the graph of the proportional relationship? So here we go. It is proportional. Remember, proportional has to go through the origin. Okay, so then if you look at that slope, if it goes from this point to this point, it goes up 3/2. So let's just continue that. 1, 2, 3/2. Nope, missed it. 1, 2, 3/2. It's this one. So that's the easiest way to figure that out for that type of problem. All right, so then you want to use your calculator here. It says between which two consecutive integers is the square root of 17. Turn it on. Second x squared, the square root of 17 is 4.123. So this is approximately 4.123. It is located between 4 and 5. All right, so here we have to put them in order from least to greatest. So we're going to change each one to decimals. 67/10 is 6.7. So negative 2 pi, we can just do approximately there, is negative 6.28. Notice that's negative. Then we have 3 square root of 5. So use your calculator. You can just do 3 times second x squared 5. It'll do it all together is approximately 6.71. And 6 3/4. Remember, 3/4 is 0.75, so that's 6.75. And then you have negative 6.25. All right, least to greatest. Always the negatives are going to be our smallest numbers. All right, so just remember on that number line, as these go this way, they're getting smaller. So this one is actually the smallest one. So negative 2 pi. So then the next one would be negative 6.25. Then we're going to look at our positives. It's like having a 0 there. So that's the next one. And then 3 square root of 5 and 6 3/4. All right. And anytime you'll have a question, just jot it down, take a screenshot, send me an email, and I can help you. But quadrilateral, NPQ is translated 8 units to the left and then 4 units up. So this is a translation. So if we have a quadrilateral, and then the new one gets translated to the left 8 and up 4. You would have your coordinate plane in there too, but just kind of visualize that. Doesn't matter where the rectangles are. What is happening to the points on, or the coordinates of each point? So the x value, if it goes to the left 8 units, then it actually is subtracting 8. So it's this one. And if it goes up 4, then you're adding 4 to the y coordinate. All right, next one. So a triangle undergoes a transformation. For each type of transformation, indicate which features of the triangle remain the same. All right, so with a dilation, orientation of the vertices, the side lengths. So the side lengths do not remain the same. It would be the vertices. Reflection, the side lengths stay the same. All right, next one. Venn diagram shows a relationship between several sets of numbers. You have the set of real numbers. In that set, you've got rational and irrational, and then you have integers that are rational numbers. Indicate whether each number in the table belongs to in each one of the sets, irrational, rational, and integers. So the square root of 3 is a rational number. Let me see. So you're going to do the second x squared 3. That one's going to be irrational because it goes on and on and on. All you have to do is do the square root of 3, and remember those irrationals never end. Okay, so they just keep going on and on. So it's irrational. Square root of 9 is actually 3, so that is a rational number. Next one. So which transformations apply to a triangle on a coordinate grid would preserve congruence? Okay, so that means the size doesn't change. The only one where the size changes is a dilation. So it cannot be a dilation where you're multiplying the x and y coordinates by the scale factor. And that's what this is, and this. So this would work. This one says a reflection. This says a dilation. Does not work. Okay, the size changes, so it does not preserve congruence. All right, y'all, this is our last one. So which set of ordered pairs represents a y as a function of x? Remember, in order for it to be a function, the x values cannot repeat. So we have 0, -1. Oh, there we go. That's not it. 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, nope. The 3's repeat. And then here, oh, lots of zeros. 0, -1, -2, -3, -4. All right, and then make sure the last one, we have 2 correct answers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. All right, reach out if you have any questions.